It's summertime again, and you're probably getting all sorts of recommendations for summer reading, and I've got a few of my own for you that I'm sure will be a lot more helpful and productive than all the busybody pie in the sky aspirational stuff that you've been getting so far. And my first recommendation is don't read at all. And if you're going to read anything, maybe just that part of Plato's dialogue, the Phaedrus, where he tells you that reading is bunk. It doesn't do any good. It rots your brain. As a matter of fact, writing things down destroys your memory. So if writing is bad, reading that writing is probably just as bad, if not worse. You're literally corrupting whatever brain cells you've got up there by all that reading. So now, forget the fact that it shows up in a book. Yes, there's a little bit of a paradox there, but you don't need to think too much about that. It's enough to know that one of the great writers, one of the great philosophers said that writing is no good. So if writing is no good, reading is no good, just stick to things that are a little bit more straightforward. Back in that time, it was let's stick with speech and memory, but in the present, maybe just watching videos or TV or listening to podcasts, maybe that's where you should be putting your focus. Now, of course, if those podcasts are making summer reading recommendations, you shouldn't be listening to that one because those eggheads are a little bit too much into the written word. But if you're going to read books over the summer, don't read the books that all of those people who are intellectually inclined, those pretentious jerks, are going to be telling you that you should be devoting your time and attention to. First of all, it's summer. So get out, enjoy yourself, put yourself in the middle of parks and nature. If you don't like that, walk down to the canal and see what sort of fish are slopping around in the dirty water and watch the seagulls come down for their feeding those rats of the air. That's real life. Maybe find some other things to do. Get out there and smell the asphalt. Let it rain and smell all that wonderful effluvia coming off of it. There's some word for that specific smell. That's reality. Books, those aren't reality. That's several spaces removed. It's not even just one spot removed from reality. It's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy with bad copying going on at each point. Not real life. But if you're going to do summer reading, well, there's an entire genre of books that you can easily find at quality bookstores, which perhaps you might find, say, in an airport or in a shopping mall, that they call summer beach reading. Right? So if you're going to be laying out there on the beach, nothing too deep, nothing that's going to make you think, just stuff that you can run your eyes over line after line, maybe some nice genre fiction, some romance, some mercenary or military novels, a thriller or two. Best of all would be something that's actually an adaptation from a movie or a show that you've already watched, because then you can tell exactly what's going to be happening in the story. No surprises for you. Don't go the other way around reading a book that a movie or a TV show was based on, because you're just going to aggravate yourself in that case. You're going to say, I don't get why this book is so different, why the characters are expressing themselves with deeper and more complicated thoughts than the cool stuff that I saw on this show or in the theater. You don't go that way, right? So get yourself some nice summer reading, something that you can put into your little bag that you take to the beach along with your soda pop and, some beef jerky or string cheese or whatever else that you like to snack on. Don't forget your suntan lotion and maybe a nice hat and your towel. And then you just go lay down and you got your book with you. Nothing says that you actually have to read that book, though. It's enough just to have it along for show. Now, of course, if you really, really want to impress people, you could look at the New York Times bestseller list and find some productivity or business or personal development, self-help book to bring along as well. Something with preferably a list in the title, like 7 of these things or 10 of these things, or some really cool one-liner that expresses an interesting but superficial thought that people can look at and say, oh, wow, you're a reader, aren't you? What's that book about? And you can say, Making Your Life Really, Really Good. Here's the blueprint for it. But you don't have to do that. So I highly encourage you this summer, take the summer reading challenge to keep yourself clean and pure. Keep your mind nice and open. Don't clutter it up by taking things in through your eyes, those squiggly little letters and words and phrases and paragraphs, and coming away from that with all sorts of ideas stuck in your head. Maybe this summer, try not to read at all. See if you can go a day without reading. And then maybe a week without reading. Then maybe an entire month without reading. And pretty soon, the summer's over. And, you might have to come back to school or something like that. But there's nothing that says that you have to buy into this pipe dream of educating yourself. If you're studying something in school, it's up to the people that you're paying to educate you. You don't have to take on any of that work or burden yourself. You'd be a sucker to do that. So that's where I'll end. Hopefully this advice is helpful for you and gets you on track. If you have been reading already, it's never too late to throw the books away.